The earliest recorded Indian religious practices, documented in the Rig Veda, anchored themselves entirely in the physical world. Practitioners sought favor from personified natural forces, fire, thunder, and rain, maintaining cosmic order through precise physical rituals. Between 1200 and 600 BC, this objective, outward-facing worldview fractures. Thinkers stopped asking how to appease the storms and began asking what the storm was actually made of. The locus of existence collapses inward. The ultimate forces governing reality are no longer sought in the macrocosm of nature, but within the microcosm of the human mind. This requires a complete re-engineering of where the architecture of reality actually sits. The objective of the Upanishads becomes a focused search for the arche, a single absolute substratum underlying all existence. The foundational texts pose a highly specific question. What is the single thing that, once known, makes everything else known? The Upanisads employ a rigorous logical mechanism called the regressive method, a systematic peeling back of causal layers designed to terminate the chain of infinite regress. We will trace that exact logical derivation. Using the philosopher's own frameworks, we will step backward from the physical perimeter of the cosmos down into the metaphysical bedrock of human consciousness. The inquiry begins at the cosmological perimeter. Early philosophers attempted to locate the substratum in physical elements. Some argued the base reality was water, others pointed to air, fire, or space. The philosopher Ashvakati Kaikeya recognized that these isolated theories were incomplete. He introduced a synthetic method to unify them. Kaikeya folded these discrete physical elements together, merging them into a single integrated construct known as the cosmic person, or Atman Vashvanera. But a purely physical synthesis fails the test of ultimate reality. Matter undergoes generation and decay, meaning it is derivative. It is acted upon by prior forces. Because the external world is a byproduct, the search for a foundational reality had to abandon the cosmos entirely. The inquiry moves inward, targeting human physiology. Philosophers like Pippalada and Brigu lead this pivot. They reframe the investigation, treating the human body as the new territory for logical deduction. The doctrine of sheaths visualizes the human subject as nested layers. The outer layers of physical matter and biological life are discarded as perishable. Deeper cognitive functions like mind and reason are also rejected. At the center lies the irreducible Atman. Physical matter is a dead end. The structure of human consciousness provides the closest proximity to the true substratum of reality. This deconstruction required rigorous testing. In the court debates recorded in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the philosopher Gargi subjects the sage Yājñavalkya to a relentless interrogation. Gargi employs a specific dialectic tactic. She does not argue against Yājñavalkya's claims. She simply demands the underlying support for every successive layer of reality he proposes. She forces a strict causal chain, water supported by air, scaling upward to the region of the Brahman. When Gargi asks what supports the Brahman, Yājñavalkya halts the questioning under threat, blocking the chain from logical infinite regress. This establishes a strict epistemological rule. An ultimate foundational reality must be entirely self-sustaining. If an element requires a supporting layer, it cannot be the substratum. To isolate a truly self-sustaining foundation, the Mandukya Upanishad applies this regressive deconstruction directly to human consciousness, separating the observer from the observed. This matrix maps the four states of consciousness. The waking state scatters consciousness outward. The dream state turns inward toward illusions. Dreamless sleep unifies the subject, but in darkness. The fourth state, Turiya, is the pure Atman, the self-aware observer encapsulating all others. True reality cannot be an object of experience. It is the silent, irreducible observer standing behind all states of thought, observing the experience happen. The philosopher Aruni takes this psychological bedrock and links it back to the origin of the physical universe, closing the logical loop. These two Sanskrit phrases record his final deduction: Ayam Atma Brahma, this Atman is the Brahman, and Tat Twam Asi, that art thou. Peeling back the layers of reality through the regressive method does not leave an empty void. It isolates a solid, unified state of pure consciousness. Aruni's derivation provides a final synthesis. The deepest irreducible layer of the self is functionally equivalent to the origin point of the cosmos. The Katha Upanishad summarizes this entire structural model of reality using the metaphor of the Ashvatha tree. This tree grows in complete inversion. Its roots are firmly planted in the sky above, while its trunk and branches extend downward into the void. The bedrock foundation of reality, the Atman, is transcendent and positioned above. The observable material world is merely the derivative foliage hanging beneath it. This resolves the historical journey that began with the Rig Veda. The inquiry shifted from an external cosmos, defined by weather and fire, to an internal absolute, defined by pure awareness. The ultimate architecture of reality exists within the mind that observes it, discovered only through the rigorous deconstruction of human consciousness.